I got invited via email to try a demo of Star Rift Saga. So I'm going to try the demo of Star Rift Saga because I'm nothing if not intrigued when people take the time to email me specifically and say, hey, you, that really rubbish YouTuber, because I have no illusions about whether my content is good quality. The demo version contains a shortened intro that gets you straight into the action and lets you play up to the first boss. I like the fact that it is telling me what to expect from this demo. Leveling and other progression is also accelerated, allowing you to experiment with a variety of builds in each playthrough. No progress is saved, and progress cannot be transferred to the full game. That's a really good intro screen. And I'm saying this specifically because I've played so many demos over the last 3-4 years where you don't really know what to expect. This one is setting out the rules, it's setting out what is here for you, straightforward. It gets you into the action knowing what to expect. I like the fact that we've got leveling and progression slightly accelerated because that will allow me to see, hopefully, what makes this demo different from all the other stuff. Press start. Controls config. Nice. We've got button prompts. This again is I've mentioned this in demos past. This is something that a lot of AAA games, for whatever reason, don't do. I don't know whether it's because Microsoft has some kind of power over them or what, but it's weird, and I've never really liked it. So that's fine. It is very specifically press start there though. I don't think it's supposed to overlap with the other text, but it is what it is. 150 AE. Fleeing the destruction of Earth by beings called Titans, humanity has become a star-faring people. A lone scrapper searching for salvage to sell found a weapon of great consequence. He was pursued by his enemies and crashed on the planet Atlas. Oh, that's it. That's the intro. Ugh, my head. Where am I? One heck of a landing. Wow, I'm back there anyway. I did find this gauntlet on the station in orbit, and then my ship shut down when it was hit by energy in the atmosphere. Never seen anything like that before. Crap. My ship won't be flying without some serious repairs. Alright, first thing I have to do is see if there's anyone on the planet who can fix my ship. Or anyone at all. It's pretty quiet. Better get exploring. I feel that a chunk of that could have been better served by the cutscene. But again, this is designed to get us into the action. Outpost 23, east entrance. Oh good, it looks like there's an outpost here. I can't get there with this wall in the way though. Need a way to break it first. Okay, so this is going for the Metroid style of things by the look of it. Again, I don't know anything about the game. We've got a jump with quite a lot of variable jump heights. Hold X to jump. Nothing on circle. Triangle brings up how much currency we've got and no items in the corner, which is interesting. Movement is stick or D-pad. It looks like we have got... whoa! That is a lot of bounce. It looks like we've got a limited energy supply, but that refills. Rift Swept Valley. Sorry, I'm out right now. Flint. The musical choice is an interesting one that I probably wouldn't have expected from a space style game. I'm assuming that's the space station there. Danger, no swimming. Just as well, I never learned how to swim. I should be careful around water. I can go down where there isn't water, but water is a no-go. Oh, we've got multi-directional shooting, and we've also got, I think, a little bit of... Yeah. You can go down where there is no water. Some of the graphics look a little bit placeholdery. The protagonist looks... Sorry, I'm just going to have to get closer to the monitor, and that means shifting my microphone out of the way. And I want to check something. Can't quite tell. The amount of detail on our protagonist is far greater than the amount of detail on these rocks. I think the pixel size is actually the same, but the level of detail isn't. What isn't the same is the pixel size on these lamps, which is kind of odd. So there's an inconsistency with pixel stuff, and I say this in a lot of indie Metroidvania platformer demo things. You want to try and keep consistent. Got energy drink. Open item menu, select item. Use 50 HP. Okay. Traveler's tip. Using items is essential to surviving. Healing items can act as an extension to your health bar. Sometimes you need a moment to think about what item to use. You can always use items from the pause menu if you need to think about it. Okay. Jump is a bit floaty, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing right now. Can't quite reach over there. I like, in terms of kind of world building and so on and so forth, I like the mystery of what is this? I have seen it, but I cannot use it. That's decent Metroidvania design. Teaching us to interact with levers. We do have a mini-map on start. It's a little bit... everything is a little bit basic. We've got multiple different fonts in use. Ideally, you want to kind of homogenize those. The fonts on skill chips and map looks a little bit blurry, like it's not scaled properly. I just very quickly want to check something. I have the suspicion... Am I correct? I am correct. Yeah, so I think this is a Game Maker Studio game. And Game Maker Studio 2 has issues with scaling. Crystalline Caverns, entrance B. Yeah, you've got to be really particular about your scaling with Game Maker games. It's very, very... It's very particular about how it wants to do things. We've not had a single enemy yet, have we? Now, we can't drop through platforms, which is an interesting choice. I wonder what this could be. /dash. You found the dash module. Press the dodge button to dash. Surely it's the dash button? Dashing consumes your dash gauge. You can only dash while on the ground. You can dash again once your dash gauge is full. You can avoid almost all damage while dashing. Use it to get through danger. Basics of dashing. Hold a direction and press the dodge button to dash in that direction. Press the dodge button while standing still or skidding to backstep. Skidding? Okay. I just... Where is it? Now. Actually, let me just try this, just in case my... Right. This is a minor point, but it's something that I find quite important when it comes to UI design. If you are going to put your dash on a cooldown or a meter, that's absolutely fine. No problems with that. Play a lot of Souls games, but one of the things that annoys me about Souls games is that they took away the most important information in the top left corner. And this is, in some ways, worse. Not by much, but it is worse because the green bar is kind of the furthest away. I would prefer... Okay, there is a... Yeah, okay, we do get a tell on our character. It's there. Yeah, so that's fine. I think it's an odd choice in order to have a bar. General Grass. We've finished the scan of the energy pulse and confirmed the location of the device. I trust you've retrieved it then. It was on the scrapper ship, the one that escaped into the atmosphere. It's somewhere on the surface now. Yes, sir. You are dismissed. Dr. Boom, I assume you know what to do. Find the scrapper who has the device. Home to smithereens. That's a different person saying that. He looks a lot like Dr. Robotnik, doesn't he? Your specialisation in explosives should make short work of him, but I want the device in one piece. Bah! I'm no common specialist. I'm the genius of explosive chemistry. Who do you think you're dealing with? It'll be simple. I'll be sending down our fleet of bots as well. Remember, we are under strict orders not to attack the Federation outpost there, nor its people on the planets. Shame! Limiting collateral damage does make it more difficult. I'll be back with the device. They are to remain unharmed. Am I clear? Fine, I'll keep it outside the outpost. I'm not promising anything else. Nova is essential to the Syndicate's goals. I need it intact. It's all led me here. So much power waiting for me to harness. Okay. Little bit of storytelling. Oops, we can't do that in the air, Dema. Basics of dashing. I'm aware of this. Oh, that is a fast swinging platform. Whoop. Can't dash in there. Can't dash in there. Had to tell myself. An enemy! 2 enemies! Feel the wrath of my pitiful short-range blaster! Hello, random sciencey person. Oh, hello, I'm May Luxton. I've never seen you before. Who are you? Oh, some good news. This planet has people on it. Hey there, I'm Ark. I'm looking for someone who can fix my ship. What are you doing down here anyway? I'm a researcher with the Federation, and I'm... These readings. It's almost an exact match. I wonder. Say, could you do me a favour? I want to try something. Just walk up to that rift and hold out that device on your arm. That tear-looking thing? Alright. Okay. Girl tells him to do something, or asks him if he'll do something that sounds and looks quite dangerous. He immediately does it. Use the action button to interact with the rift. Whoa! Phew! Thanks for the save. Where am I? What happened? Hey, Flint. Glad you're alright. Listen, we've got a situation. Everyone in the outpost has been swallowed up by rifts. Not many people left. Lucky for us, Arky is going to help us. I am? Well, that's just great. Listen, there's some debris blocking the way back to the outpost. Don't worry though, I'm a weapons specialist. Stop by my shop and we'll get you set up with a rocket launcher. Then you'll be able to reach the outpost. I've marked it on your map. How? I'll see you then. Absorb the energy from the rift. Base power increased by 1. Max HP increased by 2. Now, hold on. What do you mean I'm going to help you? I don't know where you got that thing on your arm, but it seems to be resonating with the rift energy. This? I got it on a derelict station right before I crashed here. Huh. I'll have to look into that soon. I think that's one of our stations, but I don't know what could be there. I have something to show you. Meet me back at the outpost and we'll talk. I don't have any other leads on ship parts or a mechanic. At least I know there are people here. Let's check my map in the pause menu. Oh, okay. Suddenly we're talking about things like that. Okay, well, we have a map. There's no... As far as I can tell, there's no zooming in or out. And it very specifically moves square by square. It can scroll, but you can feel the square by squareness of it, which is fine. Auto weapon change. Highlight new items. Quick item. Just checking. There's a little seam there of transparency through which I can see the back. Oh. I see. I see. It's doing the Metroid thing. I like that. Not many games do that. I do kind of feel like the floatiness of the jump might screw me over at some point, but that's more of a me issue than a game issue. They do count as solid ground for jumping off, and by they I mean the platforms. Uh-huh. Yeah, the floatiness of the jump may... Oh, hello. Strange rhino tank. Also, that had different numbers over its head. What's the white thing? Haha! I'm immune to your attacks. Don't have any diagonal shooting. Traveller's tip. Oh yes. Haha! Beware, certain objects in Atlas may be coated in rift energy. These objects will disappear if you are hurt near them. You found a vitality spark. Max HP increased by 8. It's a very specific number, isn't it? Okay, so we have kind of challenge rooms. I think, generally speaking, mechanically, I like what this game's doing. Not blowing me away with its art, I have to admit. I think it could certainly do with some sprucing up in the art department. It's got a little bit of the old asset store feel to it. Just in the sense that things do not seem... Got Star Suite? Regen 20% of your max HP over 30 seconds? Yeah, I mean, a background to this area would be decent. Just a lot of, I think, work yet to do on turning the game into something that looks decent. But in terms of gameplay, actually feels decent. Welcome, welcome. What is this place? This is my explosive lab. I blow stuff up here. I do it safely though, very controlled. I'm sure. Thanks for saving me. I need data on my new launcher. You need rockets if you're going to get to the outpost. Here, take this. You got the rocket launcher. Wait, no, this isn't safe. What am I doing? You need to take my training course, then it's safe. Whoa. Okay. Tap the attack button to fire a rocket. You can fire up to 3 rockets at once by holding the attack button to charge. Plunk. Yeah, see that the sprite scaling issue I was talking about is fully evident there. It's an aliasing thing. You need pixel scaling to be perfect. Armoured enemies take reduced damage. The yellow marks near an enemy's health bar indicates armour. Each point of armour reduces damage by 20%. Break armour with explosive attacks like rockets. Okay. Pick up armour power-ups to get armour. Armour reduces your damage taken by 20%. Your armour will slowly deplete over time. You can find more by defeating enemies, use items, or through skill chips. Why does armour just deplete over time? This thing should come real handy. Well, that's not how that reads at all. This thing should really come in handy, thanks. No problem, all yours. Now you're headed to the outpost. Remember that rockets are powerful, but limited. If you need more, I can fill your supply. You can also find more by defeating enemies. They always seem to appear more often when you're running low, so don't be afraid to use them. That's a very Metroid thing. I appreciate that. There's been a few games that I really wished had a system like that for health drops. In fact, I think it was one of my pieces of feedback about version 1.0 of Soldiers, where it would have saved a lot of misery for a lot of people if just more health orbs had dropped the lower health you were at. But no, they went and completely ruined the game by really badly balancing it for the... Anyway, yes, once you find some money, I can sell you some rocket caps, which increase how many rockets you can hold. I see your angle. Give me the weapon, sell me the upgrade. Clever businessman, Flint. And if you're asking my brother, I make new types of rockets for you. Very powerful. Should be in a rift somewhere. Oh, that's a special skill chip I've been working on. It's called Sticky Bomb. It'll let you stick bombs to enemies when you dash through them. I can sell it to you for 100G. I'll think about it. You'll also find it in a chip case if you're lucky. Keep an eye out. Okay, so we can come back and get that. Yeah, the explosions being so So Alias looks a little bit naff. What's this? You got a rocket tank. Max rocket increased by 1. So it's a missile tank. One thing I find somewhat odd is the fact that the rockets are slower than we are to start off with. So if I fire... If I fire a rocket... You see how it's... It doesn't move as fast as we do. I mean, it soon overtakes us, but... Oh, hey! You made it! Welcome to Outpost 23. We're a Federation research colony dedicated to studying rifts. This building's the lab. Rifts? You mean like that thing I saw in the caves? Just like that, except... Whoa! Wait... There. Whoa! Way bigger than the one I closed earlier. And we need your help to close it. We call it the Mega Rift, and it's causing unreal problems for everyone here. In fact, you're kind of stuck here until it's closed, even if we fix your ship. Wait, what do you mean I can't leave? No. Different emphasis on that. What, you mean I can't leave? Oh, sorry, you're stuck here. It causes 2 problems for you. Your first problem is that there's nobody here that can repair your ship. When the Mega Rift appeared a few months ago, people started disappearing from the outpost. Not long after that, those smaller rifts, like the one you saw in the caverns, started appearing. Apparently, closing a rift with that device you have frees the person trapped inside. Right, that's how I rescued Flint earlier. My assistant Benji would be able to fix your ship, but he disappeared along with everyone else. So I'll have to find the rift he's trapped in to get my ship fixed. Alright, what's the other problem? The rift itself won't let you leave. The Mega Rift has been releasing energy into the atmosphere. Sounds like that's what destroyed your ship when you first got here. If you tried to leave, it'd happen again. We've effectively been stranded here ever since it opened. So, I need to fix my ship and close the Mega Rift. Sounds like I'm stuck helping you. Since I can't take this blasted thing off my arm, I can't just give it to you to do it. Where do I start? First, you should meet a few people who are still left in the outpost. Go talk to the chipsmith and the shopkeeper. They heard you were trying to close it, and they offered to help. Come talk to me when you've met them. Plonk. Hang on, you still have to meet people in the outpost before you go. Okay, I guess that's not where we're going then. Welcome! You must be the boy that May was telling us about. My name's Ark. I'll be around here for a while. Oh, that's great. If you need any supplies, I'll be happy to sell you some. And for an item in your bags highlighted in yellow, you can sell it to us to add it to our inventory. Of course, we can't stock all items, but we can get most. Sounds good. I'll keep an eye out for new things. So remember, sell us things, we'll carry them. Sell enough, we'll even give you some bonuses. There was some text on the right hand side there, and I was too busy reading the actual dialogue. Okay, so this will take... Okay, and we can now buy those whenever we want, I assume. Whoa, what kind of shop is this? Oh, I think it was just a quest updating thing on the right. Huh? This here's my forge. Here to get your gun loaded with skill chips. Skill chips? You never heard of skill chips? Skill chips give you a bunch of different boosts. They make you and your weapon stronger. Better to just show you. Oh. This is the skill grid. Here you can equip skill chips. I'm a nice guy, so I've given you a few to start. First, select a skill chip from the list. You can check their effects in the box at the top of the screen. Increases plasma blaster ammo by 10. Reduce plasma blaster refill speed. Or all other attacks. When you equip a skill chip, you'll get whatever its effect is. One more important rule, you can't place coloured chips adjacent to a chip of the same colour. Now, select finish when you're done. Feel free to experiment though. Right, I can't rotate it. Remember, chips are the same colour, can't be next to one another. However, colourless chips can go anywhere. When you beat enemies, you'll get Stardust. Tougher enemies drop more of it. Stardust increases your skill level. That'll make your grid bigger. Come back when you collected more skill chips. Alright, thanks for the chips. Bring me thunder eggs. Yes, I shall. A library? Okay, we've got some tutorial stuffs. Okay. Yeah, systems wise, liking this. Graphically, it's gonna need some work. Holosseum. See what you've done there. How do we close that thing? Seems to be coming from places we call force points. Concentrations of rift energy that keep the mega rift open. There are 3 of them. Can't do anything while they're out there. Looked into the outpost database. That device on your arm is called Nova. Has the power to absorb rift energy. Since the force points consist of the same energy as the rifts, you can close them in the same way. Just how to find them. First one's in the crystalline caverns. I'll mark it on your map. You have to enter the caverns through a different entrance than you did before. There's a gate on the way over there to the east, so I'll meet you there and lower it for you. Sounds like a plan. As soon as ready to go, I'll meet you over there. Okay. But first, I want to go see what's all the way to the left. Yeah, fundamentally and systems-wise, there's a real solid foundation, I think, here. For stuff. Found a person? Hello, person. Oh, hey! Where am I? I was out scouting and suddenly I ended up inside that rift. Have you seen Alice? She's the other member of the Scout Corps. You know, sometimes we scouts go back to areas we've already been. I'm pretty sure you'll find Alice if you go somewhere you've already been. See you back at the outpost. Nice. Yeah, so these are going to be things that can be used to create a bridge, I'm guessing. Why are you flashing, Ledge? Always backtrack when you get new stuff. Good advice for a Metroidvania, really? Missiles? What the? What's this thing? Some sort of statue? This statue will let you adjust the intensity of the world. Higher intensities will result in more difficult enemies and environments, but will also give more stardust, money and other rewards. You may adjust your intensity here at any time, but keep in mind some challenges will require you to never drop below a certain level. Got it. Higher intensity, harder challenges, but better rewards. Okay. Whee! Nope. That's not how I want it to do that. That chest just disappeared. 23 G. Damn it. Damn it. Skill level up. Can't quite reach. Hello. Ready for action? Let's do it. Let's save a planet. I'll lower the barrier then. Before you go, take this. I just finished it for you. You got the recall module. If you ever need to get out of trouble or restock, press the item button on the map screen to teleport back. If you find a translocator, you can also use that to get to and from the outpost. It'll let you travel to places quickly. Be careful though, Syndicate has been seen on the planets. Not only that, but I've detected something big guarding the force point. Like, really big. It may even be ancient technology. Aren't they the people from Axiom Verge? I'm not scared of them. Won't be my first fight. Good luck. Make sure you stop at the outpost if you need anything. You got a rocket tank! Ow. +1 armor! Traveller's tip. Sometimes you might come across suspicious walls. These can often be destroyed by a certain weapon. Hitting them with any weapon will reveal what is needed to destroy the wall. Got Stardust Hunter S increases the Stardust drop amount by 5%. Well, that didn't reveal anything, did it? You found a translocator. These devices can be found around the planet. When you find one, they'll be connected to the network automatically. They can be used to return to the lab and return to any translocator you've already found. The other device in this room may also be helpful. Vending machines all over the place. Thanks, Rosie. Got a skill chip. Dexterity. Skill chip equip ready. Okay. Let's stick that on. Okay. Ready to vend? I assume that has activated it. Right, that's... Okay, it's not that. Uh-oh. The Bridge of Defiance. I am defiant. Hello, Dr. Boom. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to hand over that device. And you are? I am the esteemed and distinguished Dr. Boom, Master of Explosives. The Syndicate is interested in that glove you wear. Hand it over. Now. What's with all the explosives cess people I'm meeting lately? Whatever, even that ridiculous haircut can't stop me. Huh? I was hoping you'd resist. Been meaning to try my latest bombs against live targets. Time to show off the results of my explosive chemistry. Reinforcements? Okay. Guess I need to prepare better. Yeah, well, I went in there with barely any health, didn't I? Oh! Dropped for... Really? Wow, that is not super fun as a mechanic. Can't back out of this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so you've got 3 sets of punishments. We drop... can I... Yeah, so we drop our currency, we drop our skill stuff, and we drop scrap. I would argue that that's probably a little bit harsh. Teleporting away with a recall module. That's the coward's way out. Okay, we can at least get it back. That was dumb. Ow. Gotcha. Yeah! Impossible. You've not seen the last of me. Got energized, gain 40% attack for 60 seconds after using an item. Doesn't stack. You found a vitality spark. Fully healed. Max HP increased by 8. Wants to use items even faster? The quick item setting will automatically suggest items in the bottom left corner of the screen. When an item is suggested, just press action to use them. Items will appear based on your setting. Enable quick item. Leave quick item on queue only. Nice work back there. Alright, I'm amped. What's next? This is the entrance to the crystalline caverns. You'll fight some pretty big monsters there and get a new weapon. However, this is the end of the demo for Star Rift Saga. Be sure to wishlist the game on Steam so you can play the full game when it releases. Of course, you can also replay the demo to see new skill chips and items and try new builds. Cool. Okay, feedback then. Systems wise, great. Liking the systems. The shooting feels good. The actual gameplay feels good. My concerns are, and actually, the first concern that I have isn't really a concern for me, but a concern that I know has been voiced by what can very loosely be called the Metroidvania community. There is a general anti-corpse run sentiment. There are a lot of people that are really tired of the Souls-like influence creeping into Metroidvanias. And in this particular case, it's going to be the dropping materials. It's going to be the dropping currency and materials when you die, and you have to get back to where you were to pick them up. Now, I am getting to the point where I don't mind it as much as I know a lot of people do. But equally, I often think it's quite padding in games. And this includes Souls games, actually. You know, even in something like Lies of P, where they just leave the stuff outside the boss room so that you can just go elsewhere if you want to. Though, to be fair, in Lies of P, the game is quite linear, so there's not really anywhere else to go. But I think corpse runs, for a lot of people, have run their course. And people are now just seeing them as a way of artificially extending the length of your game. And I am starting to feel the fatigue of the system, because it doesn't add anything. And if you have challenging bosses, then consistently losing currency and not always being able to get it back just gets frustrating for people. So I would probably reconsider it, just because I know a lot of people don't like it. And if you are trying to appeal to a wider audience, as soon as they find out that there's corpse runs, they're just going to go, oh, it's a Souls-like, we don't want to play that, and they won't buy. So that's a cautionary piece of feedback. My main critique is the art direction. It's not bad, but there is there's a real mishmash, it would seem. You know, this background with the sky. Have I got a mouse cursor? I do have a mouse cursor. That's really nice. I like that. This looks a little bit kind of unfinished. This looks like it could do with some work. This looks like it's far more simplistic than the character. It's not bad, but it looks slightly off. And likewise, the huge number of fonts that you've got, the slightly aliased writing in various places, I think just some real work needs to be done at bringing the visual presentation of the game together. Side mission. Yeah, but in terms of the gameplay systems, I'm liking what this is doing. You know, I like the chip system. I like the multiple guns and so on and so forth. I think there's a lot of potential here. It just needs it needs a more consistent visual identity, and it just needs cleaning up. It just needs it needs dev time, essentially. I think if it was to be released today as is, I don't think people are going to be attracted to the visual presentation of the game. It's not awful, but it's not good, frankly. I would seriously consider taking a look at something like Rebel Transmute in terms of presenting a nice unified pixel art style where the characters and the world all look like they are drawn at the same kind of pixel count and pixel density. That is my kind of feedback for the visuals. Really, you really want to make sure that it all looks, the best it can be. So, yeah, I mean, gameplay good, visuals a little bit on the meh side, systems nice, map works for me. It's a bit basic, but it's a start. I have no idea how far through dev time this is. Is there anything on the store page for it? Release date 15th of July 2025. I must confess, I was under the impression that this was closer to the start of development than it's coming out in 2 months. Now, again, don't get me wrong. Gameplay-wise, I think we've got a really good set of systems here. But I think this needs a good chunk of work on its presentation before. I mean, this font here versus this blurry font here versus this font here, it's all over the place. Likewise, the thickness of the pixels surrounding this here versus it's not great looking. I mean, this just looks like it's got a blur filter over it, and then we've got a different font again here. I mean, with a lot of work, 2 months could shape this into something with a better visual presentation, but I don't know whether this will be ready for 2 months, frankly. And I know that sounds really negative, but I was under the impression that this was a game that was no more than 50-60% of the way through its development cycle, just based on purely how it looks alone. So, yeah. I mean, even if you look at the background here versus the main character, two completely different pixel art styles. Frankly, it doesn't mash, and these buildings are far too simplistic compared to the detail of here. I mean, don't get me wrong, gameplay is king, but visual presentation matters, and I don't think this. Yeah. Oh, there's no main menu, is there? Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. Story of Saga releasing on 15th of July 2025. I was kind of under the impression that there might be a Kickstarter announced for this or something at the end of the demo. So I was a bit surprised when there wasn't. Yeah, well, I'm going to keep an eye on it. We'll see how it goes. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Hopefully there's been some half-decent feedback and critique there. Apologies that I've come across as a little bit more, shall we say, pessimistic at the end. I don't want to labour the points, but I think I have made the points. That's a different font as well to what we've seen elsewhere. Yeah, I mean this grass is more detailed, and these rocks are more detailed than the ones on the other side. So that's what I mean about the kind of that feeling of asset store-ness, that these are stock pixel art background packages that have been made available online. But the gameplay's fun, and you know that might be all that is needed for a lot of people. Stay safe, folks. Stay fabulous. See you all in the next video, whatever that may be. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.